Congratulations to Tommy Bridewell, to James Ellison and to Leon Haslam on their podium positions. We can start with you, Tommy. The first podium for Suzuki since 2014. Done it here at Brands Hatch. How's it feel?
Yeah, very, very good, for a number of reasons. One is to silence a few of the critics that obviously talk the crap. But bar that, it's just nice to get my confidence back with a team that absolutely believe in me. It makes such a difference in. I didn't have that last year, and it was 2014 with Sean's that it was, and now I have it with Bennett Suzuki. So I'm just so over the moon to have a team behind me that believe in me now, and I can repay them. One, the team. Two, Suzuki, who've not stopped developing the bike. It's not far away. Obviously, the newer bikes have maybe got a little bit more power, but certain tracks are going to suit us and certain tracks aren't. And I think Silverstone wasn't going to suit us, for me, for some reasons. But Alton, we were strong. We just got quiet with the weather, and the sun's here, and it makes a massive difference. Really good fun to have a good battle like that. It was a bit hairy with Luke into turn one. I honestly thought I was going down and he was going to come with me, but I thought maybe I could fight for the win. At one point in the race, I was just catching James back a little bit, but it was a gnat's cock, so just not quite enough.
It's great to see you back on the podium, Tommy. Congratulations, Holsall Racing, Bennett Suzuki. Turning to JG Speedfit's James Ellison, the first ever 1-2 for JG Speedfit Kawasaki. I don't suppose that's any recompense at the moment.
I'm only smiling because of Tommy's interview. Honestly, mate, I honestly don't know what to say. Absolutely spewing. Put a lot of effort into that, and I thought we'd done enough for the win, but just coming on, I had a few problems onto start-finish straight on some of the laps. If I hit one particular line where there's a bit of a bump, the bike would get into a bit of a tank slap, and I had to roll out of it every time it happened. And it didn't happen every lap. Happened a few times towards the end, and I managed to get a bit of, I think, 0.7 gap at the end, and then it went to 0.4, then 0.3, and then I pulled it back to 0.4 again as I crossed the line for one lap to go. And just coming on to start-finish straight, I had a bit of a tank slap. I just rolled out as little as possible and back on it again. I looked over at the team, kind of nodding my head. Still full throttle, but that bit of a roll I did at the end was enough for Leon to draft me. So, disappointed, I mean, it's awesome to see the team up here, both of us, but I'd like to be sat where he is right now. So hopefully we can rectify that in race 2.
It's a tough one to come back from.
I'm sure you'll. I want to be more positive, but honestly, I'm so cheesed off.
I think we all understand.
Yeah. But it's points on the board, and obviously it's a long championship. So we'll come back stronger.
And 2 podium credits as well.
Thank you.
Congratulations, James. Turning to Leon Haslam. Leon, first of all, how on earth are you managing to do that with the injuries you're carrying, and how much impact did the injuries have on the race? Doesn't look like much.
No, the injuries aren't even an issue, to be honest with you. It was a big impact, and it felt bad at the time. But I expected to wake up this morning a little stiff, and I wasn't bad at all. So nothing with that side of it. Honestly, I've been struggling all weekend. It's the first ever win on Brands Indy for me in my whole career, all the races times I've been here. So halfway through the race, I was in that 5th, 6th place, and didn't really see a headway of where I could make time up. I was quite quick on majority of the lap, but I was losing so much on 2 corners. I tried to learn from the others and match them in that area. I worked my way up to 3rd place, and I thought, right, seconds may be on the cards, but Tommy and Luke and all them was riding so well and so defensive. It was going to have to be a proper pass rather than them making a mistake. And starting the last lap in my head was just to try and get past Tommy and make it a 1-2. And I pushed on really hard them last 3 laps, and I really didn't expect the win. And to beat someone to the line there, I didn't think it was possible. So big credit to the team though. That's my biggest thanks. Because we was on the back foot, didn't expect that win, and they've come up trumps.
I hear you run a slightly harder front tyre than some of the other competitors. Does that give you more confidence through that final corner that James was talking about?
It's something that I've always ran in the World Championship, and in testing I ran it, and I do prefer that. And I think 90% of the world lads run that tyre, but in England, with the characteristics of the circuit, nobody runs it. And with the issues I had on Friday, we went to it, and it solved a few. It does have a less grip, but it does give it a little bit more stability. So for them last lap in hotter conditions, that extra bit of heavy braking, I do believe that is an advantage. But when you're on the edge of that tyre trying to get the bike to turn, it hasn't got quite as much grip. So it's all down to setup and what it needs, and it worked today.